What's the number one challenge for businesses today?
Workforce development, attracting, recruiting, and retaining people.
And that's why we created this podcast, designed for the frustrated CEO, the under-resourced recruiter, or the overworked manager, to give you the tools to tackle those WTF moments.
It's time to open another workforce therapy file. Hey everybody, you've got Molly here back for the show, and with me I have special guest Emily. And Emily, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, hi, thanks for having me. My name's Emily Sayers. I serve as the Executive Director of Workforce Solutions for the Kentucky Community and Technical College System.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful, but we are a 16-college system throughout the entire state of Kentucky, spanning Pikeville to Paducah. We have over 70 campuses, 16 individually accredited colleges, and my favorite thing in the world, all of these colleges have workforce solutions divisions, and hopefully we get to talk a little bit about that today.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me a little bit about the students, and as they're going through these programs, do you get to hear a lot of them and what their expectations are as from their employer?
Yes. So I like to think of it as we have three tracks, perhaps I would say, is traditional, right? Associate's degrees, you're coming to us to go into a variety of programs, whether that's nursing, whether that's welding, mechatronics, PLCs, all of these classes that go into our manufacturing and trades courses. All of those things are very important, and that's, always been our main focus. But we also have transfer pathways, and we don't talk about that as much, and we're trying to grow that more and more each day. The transfer pathways are for students who do dual enrollment in high school, which is becoming a really big part of what we do. And some of our students are graduating with associate's degrees while they walk away with their high school diplomas.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think my daughter, she went to Ballard.
Yeah.
And when she graduated from high school, she was actually a sophomore. She
love
went in to be
that.
a sophomore at Bellarmine.
I love
that. So
that.
that's what you're talking about, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it's not just students who do dual enrollment. You can absolutely, come to a KCTCS college and knock out your gen eds, get your associate's degrees.
Oh, that's great.
Transfer to a 4-year if that's your next step. And everybody's path looks a little different, and I think we have a path for everyone. Yeah.
Have you noticed if students are enrolling more in a trade-specific industry like manufacturing or industrial programming or I can't think of anything else right at the brain moment there. But do you see an uptick in that?
I don't have the data in front of me, but I would say yes, I think that continues to grow. We've obviously seen record economic growth in the Commonwealth over the last couple of years, and a lot of that has been in the manufacturing space. So that's definitely something that we're working toward, trying to meet that need. Specifically in our Workforce Solutions division, this to me is probably I don't want it to be a secret anymore, but it's probably our best kept secret in KCTCS. So our Workforce Solutions division are at all colleges, but their charge is to work with employer partners to design and develop customized training programs to help upskill, reskill their incumbent workforce. They also work on talent strategies, identifying different pipelines, working with different community partners, government agencies, the justice system, all of these things to help meet employers where they are and solve some of these talent issues that are affecting us nationally. So that's something that I'm really proud of, and obviously that's the division I work in, so I'm always going to sing their song. But yes, I definitely see that is becoming a bigger and bigger need in the state, and we're definitely trying to meet that.
So, for example, you would then, and I'm trying to get some ideas from how might we explain more about what you do. So, in an effort to, let's talk about Blue Oval down in E-Town.
Yes.
So you would work with that organization to come up with a plan not only for attracting the talent, but also how you're going to train the talent in the new facility as it grows?
Correct. So we do this across the entire state. So typically how it works, where I started my journey in KCTCS was at one of our colleges, at Gateway Community and Technical College in the Northern Kentucky area. And that was what we did. We would go into companies and do a needs assessment. What's going on? Where are your barriers? We're all about barrier removal in the student experience, but we're about barrier removal and companies too, because the workforce ecosystem and the landscape, it's a lot, and they're already trying to, navigate talent shortages, and we're putting in a new line, a new machine, all of these things, and we're trying to lessen that, and we're trying to make things easier and smoother. So we go in, we do a needs assessment, determine what they need. Maybe that is simply an upskilling program for their incumbent workforce. Maybe they have a new group of employees coming in and they need them to reskill so they can fit into this organization and hit the ground running. Maybe they need some assessments for their incoming workforce or their current workforce to see where they are and see where they need to be upskilled. So we can be really intentional in these plans that we make. And then what's great, too, is each employer in the state of Kentucky is eligible for what is called KCTCS trains funding.
That's what I was just getting ready to ask.
Yes.
So tell us about that. How do you apply for the funding? What's the curriculum have to be?
Yeah. So we're out here making it easy as possible for an employer to access this funding. You have to be a company in the state of Kentucky. That is the main parameter. You also need to spend a certain amount of money, train at least 5 people. There are other parameters around it, but that's pretty much it. We try to make it as easy as possible so that our companies in the Commonwealth can have access to this funding. Our KCTCS Workforce Solutions representative, whether that's your project manager or the team lead down there, will fill out the trains application for you.
Okay.
It's reviewed at the system level, and then that's it. The project starts. We take care of all the paperwork, everything on the back end, and then at the end of the training, we send out a survey to the employers. We want to make sure that they're satisfied with not just the training, but the instructor, the process, and trying to determine what else they need and how we can support them. And our survey results have been amazing, stellar. We get really fantastic reviews, and we're trying to keep that up. Usually when a company starts doing training projects with us, they stay year over year. We're trying to grow that, obviously, but we want to do right by the companies that have been working with us for years.
That's exciting. What do you, for the curriculum for the companies that are doing the training, does the company then own the curriculum, or is that something that you guys still come in and facilitate on their behalf?
We come in and facilitate it on their behalf, and it's completely customized to what they need. So if we're doing something that's very traditional academics, they need a PLC course at their company, but they need something kind of nuanced for their specific organization. That's something we would do. We would hire the facilitator. We'd schedule the class. We can do that on site at the company. We can do that on site at one of our campuses or at another location. We can do it at any time of day. When I started teaching in workforce, that was my first job. I was a corporate trainer. You teach third shift, you teach first shift,
right.
You do it all, but it's awesome. So we really try to be as flexible because we try to move at the speed of business. We work at the speed of business, and we understand that is not 8 to 4:30. Sometimes that is 8 p.m. Sometimes that is 5 a.m. So
nice.
We'll do
the speed of business. I like that.
Yeah.
So tell us, Emily, how can we find out about your programs and apply for the grants?
Yes. Please reach out. Any of our KCTCS Workforce Solutions divisions, it's all on our website, kctcs.edu. If you just click on Workforce Solutions, contact anyone there. You can obviously always contact me. I can share with you my email address and all of that information. But we would love to get you connected in any way that we could, because we don't want, like I said, we don't want to be a secret anymore. We feel like we're out here doing good things, and we want to make sure that we're helping as many Kentucky businesses as we can.
That's fantastic. Thanks, Emily, for coming on the show. We appreciate you.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you all so much.
Thanks for listening to the Workforce Therapy Files. We hope you learned something new, and we're thankful for the time that you spent with us today. If there's a topic you'd like us to discuss, reach out to us. Our contact information's listed in the show notes. Until next time, keep your head up.